could do it, but you couldn't do it.
Welcome to the final floor of Heavenly Tower, floor 30. This floor which has sparked much discussion and has ears on the top of it. This is the level inhabited by the Lorax, a waving nightmare who actually took quite a lot of effort for the no gacha YouTubers to work out how to beat. Apparently, those strategies are very difficult, which is why my thoughts go out to Kobe, who has no wave-resistant Ubers and is still currently, as I record this, struggling through trying to beat Lorax. He's doing better than me, though. I haven't started out too well, but I'm hopeful for the future because, well, I've only really started doing the level and there's some improvements I can actually make. In fact, just now, I've had an improvement to the strategy suggested. Instead of using 2 meat shields, what we now have is 1 and Manic Island here. So I may as well take this opportunity to run you through the strategy and explain the idea of it. So up the top, we have these 4 cats here, which make the punch, punch, punch combo. That increases unit attack. And also, we have these 2 titans, which are going to help for the really annoying peons in the level, which are actually the main problem. Lorax, by himself, probably even I could defeat him. Hopefully I will eventually, but the peons make it a lot more difficult. Next, we have Butterfly Cat, which is just good, isn't it? And then we have Manic Mohawk Cat, which is there to be used in between waves to keep Lorax where he is and not move forward. We then have Manic Island for damage, especially against Ginger Snatch, which is one of the peons, because that's a red enemy. Maglev, because, well, it's good. Abraham for getting a few hits off on Lorax to do much needed damage. And our wave-resistant Uber, so glad I've got one, Inferno Akira. I did Epic Fest to try and get Shadow Gal. As you can probably guess, I did not get Shadow Gal. But we've got Akira, and actually, you may have seen at the top, I've hit my goal for my XP spending spree. In fact, that's what I'm going to be recording next. So, likelihood is I'll hypermax Akira then. So I thought, what's better than to do a little pre-spending spree try on this, and then when you next see me in the video, I will have done the spending spree, and my cats will be a little bit better. Because I'm going to be recording this over a while of my journey to try and destroy the Lorax, because this one level I can imagine is going to cause a lot of trouble. So because the cats aren't as good as they are going to be, I'm not going to bother with a rich cat. The little bit that I tried for the intro, I managed to get enough money for Akira anyway, so I don't need to use the rich cat. In fact, Kobe stopped using rich cats in the strategy, because he keeps trying them, don't want to use too many rich cats. It's not entirely necessary. Useful, but at the moment, I'll go without it and probably use it when I've got a realistic chance of doing the level. So without further ado, I'm going to press attack, and into floor 30 we go. Right, that was a strange way of saying floor 30, but we got Sportswoman combo as well, which helps the unit defense. I forgot about that, but yeah, the Wrestler Cat and Swimmer Cat make up that. And in the distance here, it is Mr. Lorax, the greedy dirtbag himself. So what we're going to do is let him get near to the base. That's what all the strategies entail, and we basically have to put Manic Mohawks in at precise times. Yes, timings. Although it's not too bad, because Lorax does his attack, and then there's a little interval there where he's not attacking, so I can bring out meat shielding and also Akira. Now, if the level was just like this, I'd probably be fine, although actually I reckon my timings are a bit off. I reckon I'm a bit late with the Manic Mohawks, but it is fine. But the problem arises when we get these peons. They are a little bit of trouble, and what I'm probably going to find is while recording this level, it's not something I can really commentate through very much. This and maybe one more will probably be the last time that I commentate through it. Others I'll just record and try and concentrate to the best of my ability, because this is just repeated timings. Now, as I said, it would be fine if it was just this. It's not just this. There's also other peons. As we mentioned, Ginger Snatch, who's here now, is rather highly buffed, so we're going to just use things to get rid of that. And actually, already, everything has gone to pot, which is not great. I'm not a fan, I'll be honest. Let's try and sort of repair our dangerously impacted situation with the Chimera Cat running through the waves there to hit Lorax and then dying anyway. It's fine. I have this totally under control. I hate ginger snatches so much. And now there's a Doge Duck. So, did he miss? No, I just got my Maglev killed. That was an intelligent move. Oh, look, I lost. Oh, well, let's see what we got him down to. 84%. That's 3% better than the last one. That's a good start. Right, okay, off to the spending spree. So, one spending spree later, and I'm sure you are not at all surprised to learn that it hasn't helped. I've hypermaxed Akira. He's level 40 now. I've actually done the same with Swimmer Cat. If you haven't seen the spending spree, please watch it. I've upgraded lots of cats and spent lots of XP. In fact, 60 million of it. Quite a lot. But unfortunately, that has had no positive impact on my ability to do this level. As ever, whenever I do it, I just get killed by the Lorax. And I now am beginning to realise the reason why. So I'm sort of watching the gameplay that I've previously recorded. So I'm just going to go through what's going wrong. So at the start, I know to deploy my Akira and my Manic Mohawk cat. As far as I know, that's fine. And this actually works for a while until, of course, we get to the occasion of peons. So here's Trolley Blogger, our first one. I don't know how to deal with these properly. I'm already really out of my depth looking at the timings of Manic Mohawk itself to actually think about using other cats, especially like switching rows to pick other cats. I cannot process all that information. I can only do Manic Mohawk at a time. So what ends up happening is that one peon completely destroys what's going on and sends me into a collapsing calamity catastrophe of doom. And then the next peon comes along. I rescue it slightly, having knocked Lorax back, but then ginger snatches. They are horrible. Now this one here actually went alright. I managed to get a decently timed Maglev. But looking at timings of Manic Mohawk and that as well is just something I've begun to realise that I can't actually do. And unfortunately, that's the whole essence of the level. Being able to put out the right cats at the right time. Now, you may have noticed that in the strategy there are some changes. What I've done is, on the advice of people within the stream, change out Awakened Bahamut for Musashi and then alternate between the two wave resistant ones, because both of them together wouldn't be any good for me apparently, because we'd push Lorax too far back and then we die even quicker. So it all sort of works fine and dandy. Akira's doing fine, although there's a calamity with the peons as there always are. It's fine. Up until this ginger snatch, if I remember correctly. Yeah, bites my Akira, kills it. Then when I spawn Musashi, he's behind the base. I cat cannon, but of course a slow cannon, so it won't knock them back. Maybe I should change that. But everything goes to pot, everything's knocked back, and I die. And that's it. It's just completely gone, and 80% is about as far as I can go. My best is 74%, I think. And I just cannot go any further than this. And I cannot foresee a way of me being able to do my timings better with this strategy, because I cannot think about all these different things. So I implore you, for my final video on Heavenly Tower, because there's literally like 1 day left of it, please recommend different strategies, changes to it, something which Ice Spoon can use to my advantage and use correctly and not completely fail with. Please. I've proved I can't use this. I really just hope there's something easier, because I want the Hermit Cat very much. Please and thank you to you. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed.
Oi, Regit, did Chillola's already beaten the level?